on the same one I was already on. So I'll hang out here and wait for you guys to find me again. Why YouTube? Like literally why? If you get here and you found me from my previous live that I got kicked off of and then was not able to resume, please let me know that you're here. It's so effed up. I can't stand it. Maybe if I share this out, y'all will find me easier. There we go. Hi. Yay. Every time, dude. Like, does this happen to anybody else that y'all watch? Probably not. It's a Dani thing. Anyway, I'm sorry if I lost a lot of y'all. I will put these together and repost them. And I also cannot figure out why sometimes when it kicks me off, I can just go back in and resume the same live. And then other times, I have to start a brand new one. It does happen to you. I mean, not that I'm happy that it's happening to you, but it makes me feel a little bit better that it's not always just me. You know, God damn it. Anyway, I'm glad you all are here. What the hell was I talking about? I felt like it was community. Okay, I'm like, I know it was important. I want you all to think of this collective consciousness community, whatever idea. Like, go back in the day in our history and look at the indigenous tribes of the earth, right? The Aborigines, you know, the Native Americans, African tribes, whichever, right? Whomever. The way that they lived is the way we will live in the future. We had it right all along. We just fucked it up. All right. You know, I grew up going to the reservation all the time and very much embraced my like sort of native side and learned a lot about their history and medicine, you know, shamanism, also like medicine man, right? It's really the more accurate term. But also that the natives, all the way back to the Aborigines, knew that our ancestors were in the stars. They knew we came from the stars. They always knew that. They always taught that. Teepees are teepees for a reason. They are pointing to the ancestors, to God in the sky, with an opening just big enough for that energy, right, to be concentrated and focused to come back down to them to receive. Okay. It didn't matter if you were the chief. It didn't matter if you were the best hunter and you found all the meat that there was to find. Everyone in that tribe, in that community, was entitled to the same amount of that meat that you got on your hunting trip that day. All right? And no, they didn't eat meat every freaking day. They maybe got it once a month, right? It was a luxury, okay? It wasn't just at the shop, right? That's what I mean by like overconsumption, right? But the idea of like it takes a village to raise a child, like those kinds of messages, that's the focus, the energy I want you to embrace when I say things like gathering around or the power of community or collective consciousness. All right. There's no such thing as a hierarchy. There is no 1% and then, you know, the middle class, which does that even exist anymore? And they were in shape. Or like, you know, the lower class, whatever. None of that. No. We don't get ranked as humans. We are all the same. We are all one. We are all the spark of the same source. And the playing field's going to be evened out. It just is. And how amazing would it be to know that when you're down, when you're going through something like I'm going through, or my health just totally failed me out of nowhere when I'm used to being go, go, go all the time, you know that there are people you can lean on that will help you when you need help. And you know that you will help them when they need it. What's so terrible about that, right? And the time might come with all of this very powerful change that is going to happen where resources are a little scarce for a while. And our best chance at living, not just surviving, but living somewhat comfortably during those transition times is to pool our resources and just share with each other, right? Like, what difference does it make if I have all of the cereal in the world if I don't have any bowls or spoons or milk to finish making it for you. But you've got all the bowls in the world, and John's got all the spoons in the world, and Debbie's got almond milk coming out her wazoo. We could solve a problem, right? Sorry if that was a weird example. But you get it. You get it. So I'm going to stop. Again, I'm beating dead horses over here. I hate that saying. All right. 48 is the last number. It's the Sky Dancers card. It's one of my favorites in this Shaman's Dream deck. And the message on it is surrender. So this is the thing that I do. This is actually a really great story. I actually wanted to tell you guys this story anyway. Bear with me for this little side, John. So I love the Tarot Ship channel on YouTube. I think Jimmy's just super adorable and very entertaining, but also incredibly accurate in his astrological readings and data. And I have learned a lot of astrology from him over time, and from course work I've done with him and things like that. And just before I went live, I don't have TV at all in my life. I haven't since 2022, but I have a TV that just plays YouTube. The only thing on it is YouTube, and I just listen to music all the time. But there's a few like readers and stuff that I'll watch too. And his Leo reading, I'm a Leo sun, came on by itself, just, you know, queued up and started playing while I was setting up to do this reading. And he literally said a sentence that effing blew me away, right? So you were asking about cereals. I know this is going to sound silly, but I don't cook. I hate cooking. Like, my late husband was an executive chef, and he taught me. I know how to cook. I just don't. I don't want to cook because I hella don't want to clean. Like, I had no choice but to cook for 22 years raising my babies, all the meals. Like, you know, I don't want to. So I do this thing where I mix up all the different cereals into one bowl. And then, you know, that's like dinner sometimes, especially when my kids were younger and I was like working 3 jobs and, you know, it was crazy. And I just do it now because I just like it. Like, I just like it. I think it's yum. Hi. That's dope. I love that. So I do this thing where I mix all different cereals into a bowl and then I put almond milk in there and whatever, and I'm super happy. It's like a late night snack. Sometimes it's my dinner. Sometimes it's my breakfast. I'm not going to lie. My base is always Lucky Charms and has been for 20 something years. Okay. No shame. And then I put like what I call healthy shit somewhere in the middle. Or 2 healthy shits. And then there's a wild card. It might be a little Captain Crunch. It might be a little Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It might be a little Frosted Mini Wheats. I don't know. And then I top it with the sprinkles, which are Fruity fucking Pebbles. Obvi. All right. None of that matters. But that's what I do. I'm like the cereal blender. Okay. It's like a cereal mixologist. So fast forward the last 2 weeks, I'm in Florida, staying in Florida. And my friend and I are making late night cereal mixes of my concoctions, right? And my place in Florida is just outside of Naples, Florida, right? So I'm watching Jimmy on the Tarot Ship doing a Leo reading. Jimmy, who lives in Manhattan and was raised in Virginia, nothing to do with Florida. He needs a random example like I've just been giving y'all to make a point. And what he chooses to say, and y'all can go watch this video and prove it. It's in the first 3-4 minutes of the video, he says it. He goes, if your dream is to be a cereal maker in your gated community in Naples, Florida, this is what he said. And I just stopped dead in my tracks. Like, I know that that was a sign. He could have said freaking any state, anywhere. Like, I know that sounds dumb, but you guys, like, I just spent the week in Florida right outside Naples making my damn cereal concoctions. Like, for him to use that as an example, it could have been anything, right? It could have been a waffle maker in Texas, like anything. But that's what he said. And it just grabbed me. And I knew that it was a synchronicity that Spirit wanted me to acknowledge. So I know when I get off this live and I finish that video, I'm going to receive some message I hella needed to receive that's really going to be relevant for me. You know what I'm saying? And then you can just get into this surrender state, right? Where we are just perfectly happy to release control, stop trying to control a narrative, stop trying to control an outcome, Stop having so much expectation of the way the outcome needs to look, and just get the hell out of our own way. Surrender, let the universe carry us. Lazy river. Y'all know I love the lazy river. Lazy river vibes. You don't have to paddle. You don't got to swim upstream. You don't have to make it so difficult. There don't have to be dams in your way. You can just lazy river. Chill on your friggin' raft in the sun and let it carry you to where you are meant to go. But you can't do that while you're trying to control the way you're seen or things are seen or said or what the outcome has to look like. That is only slowing you down. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. All right, so that was your last little shaman message here. Out of all of these, I got to be honest, the one I feel the most called to that I want to actually read the book for, y'all, is this Horned Cactus card, number 29, Resourcefulness. If any of y'all really feel compelled, like you want to hear any of the other ones, just let me know. I don't mind reading them. I just don't want to bore you. Okay. So, Horned Cactus. Message is Resourcefulness, card 29. And it says, blooming through resilience, resourcefulness, and discovery. When nothing seems to be happening fast enough or your ideas have dried up, you begin to question your relevance. We were just talking about this. During these periods in life, you might feel like giving up, frustrated and resentful that success will never happen for you. The issue here, however, is a matter of perception. Like it happened to you and not for you. That's a matter of perception. The horned cactus thrives in the barren desert scape, offering you the gift of water when all appears to be dry. If you look at its body, you see the natural thorns that protect it from predators and the elements. What you don't see are the deep roots that extend far into the earth, filling it with a continuous flow of water. This succulent is a symbol of resilience, of resourcefulness, of your needs being met in spite of appearances to the contrary. It's a reminder of the courage, that word keeps coming up, and inherent wisdom needed to dig deep below the less than friendly surface that hides a rich underground world. Can you connect to this magical truth and trust? It's a good question to journal on tonight. Can you connect to this magical truth and trust? I don't know. Yeah, where is Crystal? The desert is a mystical place filled with mysterious creatures, beautifully adapted to their environments. The horned cactus tells you to take heart. This journey is only temporary, and you will soon be met with greener pastures. But first, you must acknowledge your inner strength and fortitude as you're tested here. Be as the cactus, resilient and resourceful. I'm actually super glad that I read that one because while I was down for the count and wasn't on the channel for a bit, healing and stuff, I kept receiving this message about like this energy right now, astrologically, this era that we're in right now is meant to test us. And it will, because it's looking to weed out those among us who just don't want it enough, right? And it's looking for those of us to prove that we do want it enough. Like, I'll take this test. I know what to do. I love myself enough to have strong boundaries. I value myself enough to have boundaries and not allow lower vibrational things or things that steal my peace in my life, or not stay in a job where I am totally undervalued, or whatever it is, a relationship like that's not fulfilling enough, where I'm always giving and they're always taking and there's no reciprocity. Whatever it is, we are all being tested in some way right now. It's different for all of us. Again, like, could be relationships for one, career for another, self-love for another, whatever. But we are all being tested right now. And all you got to do is make it through this one last test and show your resilience, show your faith in the universe, show your resourcefulness, your ability to surrender, and then you will. And then you just receive. It's true. Yeah. And that's okay, right? Like, we're not here to judge anybody. I am in no position to do that. It's not my place, right? It's right. We don't do that. We don't get to sit and judge others and decide whether or not they like get to ascend or cross over into heaven if you believe in a hell, which I don't, but we won't get into that now, right? Like, we don't judge. We accept everybody for wherever they are on their journey, right? We can't all be ancient souls. We can't all be old souls. We can't all be awakened at the same time, whatever, right? There are many who came way before me, right? Way before me. But what we can do is just accept everybody for where they are in their journey, not let it destroy us and our egos get in the way if we are quote unquote rejected, if we don't get hired for a job, if the boyfriend didn't pick us, you know, and they wanted somebody else, whatever the case may be, right? Like, it's only because we had different paths to take. That's all it is. We can all have pizza, unless we have like a lactose issue, I suppose. Yes, pizza for everyone. I would actually love a pizza right now. But I'm sure you've never heard me say I wouldn't love a pizza right now. Recognize the test and don't repeat the cycle. Let the universe see that you are like, this is familiar. This is looking a whole lot like that other fuckery I did 5 years ago. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it, right? And just don't go that way. And I promise you everything will open up and get so much easier after that. Wow, I'm jealous. I've actually had very little pizza for weeks. Jealous. Okay. Does anybody feel super compelled, like they want to have any of these messages read from the book for them? The gathering around like the power of community. Sky Dancer, which is about surrender. Or Heart Home, compassion. Or this overflow one, which says overwhelm and plenty. If you really want me to read the messages, I will. I just don't want to do it and bore you to tears if you don't want to hear them. Y'all let me know. All right. Anything else that the collective should know or look out for before we end this reading? I am really going to try to do an all signs. I know every time I say that, something happens. Like, I haven't been, like, quote unquote allowed to do that. Like, Spirit's been like, no, we're not doing that. But I really want to do that for this energy. Cereal pizza. Nice. I love it. Telling you a little layer of Lucky Charms. A little, like, Special K red berries or basic boar. I don't care. Something quote unquote healthy, right? It isn't, but it's better than a crunch berry, okay? And then if you want a wild card, like little frosted mini wheats, highly recommend. They go great with the whole blend. And top it with your Fruity Pebbles sprinkles and use unsweetened vanilla almond milk. You will not regret it, I promise. Just try it and then comment and tell me how amazing it is. Danny, the cereal maker from Naples, Florida. I can't believe the dude said that. You all got to see that video. I'm going to share it. You got to see it. Especially if you have major Leo placements, like Leo rising, particularly. The astrology on his channel is relevant to your rising sign, but your sun sign receives the messages anyway. It's still relevant. I do every now and again. I Apple Jacks. Frosted Mini Wheats is one of my favorite middles. One of my faves. One of my wild cards. So is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This shit is a science. If I could, I would walk you upstairs and show you my pantry and my labeled, like, bins, airtight, that my cereals are all in. It's really ridiculous. There's probably no other food in there, but I got that. Jesus. In my defense, I did just get home. I haven't even unpacked yet. Hi. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sending so much love and light to all of you too. I'm so grateful that you guys, like, were cool and you didn't leave me. I don't think I lost one subscriber the whole time I've been gone. I'm so grateful. And I couldn't wait to get back here. I actually tried quite a few times to get back here and I just couldn't do it. Aries energy, the sun in Aries, which we just left. First house, the house of self, your true identity, right? It's also about a brand new beginning. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. We just had an Aries new moon. We are truly at the brand new beginning. Maybe I should make a serial video. Very good suggestion. Thank you, sir. Assertion, right? Assert yourself. You may need to be assertive at this time. There you go. Yeah. Any of those would be acceptable, Ors. Any other messages for the collective, please? Anything else that may be relevant for them to know? All right, 4th house, Cancer's house. The Cancer-ruled house is very much rooted in home and family life. And this is about the moon in Cancer in the 4th house. And it says friendship.